According to the accepted scientific narrative on the creation of the universe, a gigantic burst of untold kinetic energy let loose, creating what is commonly referred to as the Big Bang. This bang sent shards of mass and material hurling in all directions for trillions and trillions of miles, traveling at enormous speeds for light years on end. Some of this material eventually made its way into what we know as our solar system, and within that solar system is the planet Earth. The creation of our planet is a hotly debated subject in scientific communities and, to a certain degree, by the general public. Some scientists theorize that the wandering materials from the Big Bang collated together to form the various planetary spheres that inhabit our solar system. Others have some rather far-fetched opinions that the planets within our solar system were brought here and placed in position by some as yet unknown all-powerful beings from elsewhere in the universe. Whichever may be the case, the fact remains that the planet Earth is one very unique, habitable environment. The relationship the Earth has with the Sun and the Moon is, according to current understanding, the only such relationship in the universe. Their distance between one another and their size allows for the semi-frequent eclipse events that fascinate the populace of our planet. The moon's rotating mass affects the tidal flow, the weather, and the seasons. The sun, of course, provides us with the very vital warmth we need to survive as humans. The Earth has many continents on its surface, but our focus is going to be on the southern portion of the planet, and more specifically on Antarctica. There actually are some misunderstandings by a small portion of the population in regard to the North and South poles. In very simple terms, in the northern portion of the hemisphere you have reindeer, polar bears, and of course Santa Claus. In the southern hemisphere, we have seals and penguins and those pesky humans. The continent of Antarctica is a vast expanse of snow-covered tundra that is nearly twice the size of the United States. Explorers and researchers have been traveling way down under for decades, trying to unravel the secrets and mysteries of this forbidding place. Theories abound as to how this frozen, desolate continent came into being. One of the accepted theories by many geologists is that the continents on our planet were at one time in a much different configuration, and the continent of Antarctica was much further north and was not only habitable, but most likely had a tropical climate and people lived there and thrived. This theory is quite difficult to substantiate because any archaeological work has to be conducted in less than ideal conditions. The average temperature is well below freezing, and that's on a nice day. Bone-chilling cold and windswept snowstorms make much of the continent a very, very hard place to conduct research. But with the advent of more modern equipment and the ability to observe the landmass via satellite imaging technologies, all sorts of amazing discoveries have been made. Discoveries like man-made structures far beneath the ice and the exposure of pyramidal anomalies dot the landscape. Pre-Reyes map is an odd and amazing old map that shows a continent that had not yet been discovered. The map is of the known world at that time and was made in 1613 by Danish cartographer Key Reyes. The map shows a giant unnamed landmass which is clearly Antarctica. However, Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until 1733 by British seafarer James Cook. Furthermore, the map shows the giant landmass as having no ice cap, but rather clear, forested, mountainous lands. But Antarctica has been covered in an ice cap for over 6,000 years. The P. Reyes map was put together from the work of several other maps, some dating to ancient times from the Middle East. But the P. Reyes map is quite unique as that no one has been able to explain how an undiscovered continent made its way onto this map. From a Western standpoint, the exploration of Antarctica can be traced back to British naval captain James Cook, who in 1773 traversed the oceans of the world, including those of the southern hemisphere. This voyage included the first circumnavigation of Antarctica. His log noted he traveled a total of 66,000 miles and found it odd that the total circumference of the known world at that time was only 22,000 miles, but his travels logged 6 times that distance. These observations are credited as the origins of the ice wall theory that still propagates today. Some believe the Earth is flat. In the early part of the 20th century, mankind was continuing its quest for knowledge and adventure. In the United States, one of these adventurous souls was a naval officer named William Byrd. He embarked on an expedition of the southern expanse, including Antarctica. By the 1930s, Germany had a new government in place, and their leader was quite keen on expanding his empire, and he thought what better way than to snatch up Antarctica for the fatherland. He had his eye on the whole continent, and sent ships and submarines down there to grab all they could get. Some theories hold that Germany's real reason for wanting a foothold in Antarctica was to build secret hidden bases for their submarine fleet. Others say it was because they had an alliance with aliens who were providing them with advanced technical knowledge to help them win the war they started in 1938. Whatever their motivation was, they did build a massive complex in Antarctica. Did they have help doing it? In 1947, the U.S. military conducted Operation High Jump in an attempt to establish a semi-permanent base for the U.S. military in Antarctica. To say the overall conditions were rough would be an understatement. The troops involved worked in freezing Arctic conditions to build adequate shelter. But build it they did, and remnants of that first settlement can still be found today. There was a lot of planning involved. The chow was first-rate, and the men were glad to have it. In conditions like this, just getting around is very dangerous. But the sled dogs seemed to cope with it just fine.
Flagship flashes word by radio to the carrier Philippine Sea. Base ready, weather suitable.
On the carrier, 6 planes, triple-checked, are ready for their moment of destiny. Admiral Byrd has given the pilots a final briefing. Everything depends on split-second timing. No 3,000-foot runway here. Only a scant 300 feet. Jet propulsion is their reliance. Crewmen attach jet containers, 4 to a plane. These JATO bottles are packed with flaming power. In the critical 10 seconds at takeoff, they give the kick-up of 2 added engines.
There comes Byrd. Cruising can relax now. The skis work perfectly. The carefully calculated drag of the wheels serves only to shoot up a plume of snow.
Geologists in particular have very strong arguments for not only the Antarctic continent's current placement on the Earth, but other land masses as well. One theory that has gained a lot of momentum of late is that of the Younger Dryas occurrence, whereby a large meteor or asteroid struck the Earth and created the last ice age. In doing so, this impact shifted land masses, and the once northerly location and tropical climate of Antarctica was pushed south into the colder region it now resides in, and allowed the accumulation of the ice cap that covers its surface today. The advent of modern satellite imaging has greatly enhanced man's ability to observe our planet. This has allowed much better observations and meteorological predictions for weather patterns, and the military hasn't been shut out from being able to observe what its adversaries may be doing. Another area of vast improvement for this technology is in the fields of archaeology and geography. Both archaeologists as well as geologists have been able to look through the cloud cover and see what lies beneath. Some of these discoveries have been fascinating. Flyovers of Antarctica has revealed as yet unknown structural features hidden beneath the ice. Even Google Maps allows the observation by anyone of Antarctic regions previously unavailable without massive effort and permission from the cabal of governors. These kinds of observations have brought to the forefront a profound question. If, as current theories indicate, the Antarctic continent was once further north and was inhabited, then what of the previous occupants of that area and their accomplishments? Was this area inhabited only by animals, or was there a vast population that built incredible structures like those found elsewhere on the planet? With this new satellite imaging technology, scientists have been given great insights into what lies beneath the ice, and what they're finding is far more than just old bones from extinct mammals. What they're finding are very large structures and layouts similar to what might be found in a modern city. More research is needed, but this new evidence is quite encouraging. As stated earlier, the advent of modern technologies has brought forth new discoveries on the Antarctic continent, and none are more intriguing than the exposure of pyramidal structures scattered across the continent. Some claim that these are merely sections of mountain ranges and require no further research. If that be the case, then why are there no other strictly pyramidal mountains anywhere else on the planet? If one is to look at the Alps, or the Himalayas, or the Sierra Nevada, no such pyramidal peaks are found in these mountain ranges. There are, however, other pyramids on the planet, and they are all located in areas where a once thriving advanced civilization existed, and then just up and disappeared from the face of the earth. I think it is highly unlikely that all these ancient civilizations decided to close up shop at the same time. I believe other forces were at play. It's more than likely that the asteroid that slammed into Earth and set in motion the last ice age also wiped out numerous civilizations across the planet, and the only remnants of those civilizations are the massive stone structures they created eons ago. The similarities are just too compelling to be ignored.
If you like what we are doing and you would like to help us support us, please see the link in the description, which can accept donations to PayPal.
Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button.